I think one of the first times I had sex, I like busted in a chick, and then I was like, "Fuck my leg."
Like to distract.
Yeah. I was like, "Yo, I think I just fucking tore my ACL."
That I've Googled. I've Googled porn star spooning before. Spooning.
Like two girls.
Like cuddling. No, like a guy. Yeah, dude. I love human connection, dude. I do. I've Googled that before, man. Dude, I've Googled porn stars making out, bro. Like what? What? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Imagine having like the sickest car too, dude, but like the smallest dick.
Yeah, that's the exact correlation of how it is. Yeah, that's always how it is, dude.
Yeah. Like, dude, that should be a rule at a car show.
Yeah.
If you win, you have to pull your pants down.
Just let us all know what's going on.
It's just like a little raisinette.
Yeah.
That'd be so sad.
Yeah. Or like they don't even judge the car show by the cars. They just judge it by the size of your cock.
They just have to promote it that way.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what this really is, right?
You know what this really is. Yeah.
You're like the back alley of a Stop and Shop.
Yeah. Just cars sitting right there. You're like, God. People just fluffing it up. Come on.
Somebody calls in like a fucking airstrike.
Yeah.
There was this we used to have this class called academic enrichment, like in middle school.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that.
Have you ever had that, dude?
I don't know.
It's basically just like an hour, and you're supposed to like study and like enrich yourself academically, like, you know.
Makes sense. Checks out.
At least that's what I thought it was. And I had a crush on this girl, dude. Dude, just like solid 5, solid 6, but dude, I had the biggest crush on her, man.
You knew your place.
Yeah, and she sat in front of me, and then the kid who sat next to her like also had a crush on her. So it was like this big competition, dude. But I never said anything. Like, I never really spoke much.
Yeah.
I was just like listening to like what they were saying and stuff. And this kid, dude, was fucking crushing it, dude. Like,
you're taking notes type.
dude,
Like,
I was like, this guy's got it in the bag, bro.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely killing it, bro. And then all of a sudden, the teacher's like, "Hey guys, can you like keep it down? Like, you're supposed to be like enriching yourselves academically." And so it gets quiet for like 15 seconds. And this kid, dude,
you blew it out of his asshole, didn't he?
dude, this kid fucking turns to the side. Dude, the loudest fart I've ever heard in my life, bro. It was so.
What did she do? That's how you blow it in 2 seconds. They probably blamed it on you, too.
Dude, he fucking blows it, bro. Like, absolutely rips one. Like, dude.
That's some shit you'll never forget.
Dude, if someone did that right now, like me or you, we would literally have to go to the hospital. Like, that's how loud it was. Dude, this kid fucking kept a straight face, dude. And he looked at the girl.
Maybe it was like, oh shit. Maybe it was like their thing. Maybe she's into that.
Dude, but like, when I saw that, I was just like, dude, I fucking belched out laughing. Dude, no one else laughed. I was the only one that laughed.
I'm crying a little bit.
And,
because,
dude, 45 minutes straight I laughed. The teacher was like, "Chomp, you gotta stop." She's like, He was like, dude, you got to go for a walk, man. And I was like, all right. So I went for a walk, and like when I came back, I just started laughing again, dude.
It's
So,
tough
like,
to
I just
get
kept,
out of that.
I just kept playing it over and over. Dude.
Back out. Dude, I've seen a kid on the mat wrestling in a singlet shit himself bad. And then, here's the worst part. He was winning. He had shit all over his ass. Pinned the kid. He pinned the kid and ran off the mat to go clean up. Imagine being the guy that gets pinned by the guy that shit himself.
What the fuck, dude? Dude, oh my God.
I went there a couple times. The most recent time I was there was like a girl. She's kind of like a little timid getting in.
Yeah.
And I was kind of being a little flirtatious, and I was like, if you're never gonna get in if you keep, dipping your toes like that, you just gotta, so something like that, you know. She's like, oh, blah, blah, and so I was like, yeah, you just gotta get right in. So I like go in the ice bath, and there's steps on one side, much like a jacuzzi, and the other side, but it's short enough where you can just hop in on that side. I went on the side opposite of the steps, but I just kind of jumped in without looking, and both of my shins hit the edge of the steps immediately. And it was so painful that I couldn't even feel the cold. And I was like, oh my God, holy shit, fuck. And I like stayed in there for a second, and then I got out, and I was like holding my shins, and I was like, oh my God. And then I go around to talk to that girl who like was kind of into me. So like we're talking, and she was like, wow, you must, really have some practice with the ice bath. I was like, yeah, she's like, I'm just coming here all the time. I'm like, oh, so, I've only been here a few times, but you just got to get in, you just got to get right in. You can't like kind of dip your toes. It's one of those things. They call it a plunge for a reason. And my hands are on my hips. And, then I go to the sauna. I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you around. And then I go to the sauna afterwards, and I get in the sauna. I look down. I'm bleeding profusely from my shins, like so much. So I was just talking to this girl, like hands on my hips. I was like, yeah, it just takes a few times to get used to. Just gushing blood from my shins.
Damn, you hit it that hard.
I hit it really hard. And then I went up, and I was like, to like the front desk. I was like, hey, do you guys have like a first aid kit? And they're like, why? And I'm like, I pointed down, and I'm just like bleeding. My legs are covered in blood. They're like, what the fuck happened to you? And I'm like, I hit my shins on the steps of the ice bath. And there was like this guy, and he was like, we have Band-Aids. I can get you some Band-Aids. And I was like, oh, thank you. And he's like, no problem. And then he comes, and it was a guy who was like kind of like flirting with me, and he's putting the Band-Aids on my shins for me. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, they love me at the bathhouse. They got women down there who are into me. This guy up here is into me.
Staying positive, dude.
And and he's putting the Band-Aids on me. I'm like, oh, I appreciate it. He goes, no problem. This is the most action I've had in weeks.
Wow.
And I was like, hey.
Did you get like a little chub going?
I you know what? I got
There's always like, even if you don't get hard, there's always like that tingly like.
There was like, I felt, I'm not gonna lie, felt good.
Yeah.
Felt good, And we had sex. No. But he's putting the Band-Aids on me, and after he finishes, I was like inside of me. No, after he finished putting the Band-Aids on me, I was like, so like, am I going to be able to like go back in the ice bath, or because I kind of wanted to finish off with that? And they're like, yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it.
What?
And I was like, you don't care about that? They're like, it's fucking gross down there. Like we don't care.
Oh shit.
And I was like, okay. And went back down there, got back in the ice bath. Saw that girl, just kind of tried to conceal the fact that I had 100 small Band-Aids covering my leg, and got her number.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're an animal, dude.
I know.